All right, folks, good night, good night, good night. Welcome to my pool space with me, your host, Kenton Augustine. And I'm so glad that you are in tonight. We want to just welcome you once again as we discuss everything to do with swimming pools. And tonight, on screen, you can see my special guest, Frederic. I mean, his last name is Fred Lachance. Hope I got you right, Frederic. Frederic, welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Good, good. Frederic, welcome to St. Lucia. Virtually, that is.
I wish I could be there in person. It's I'm out of I live out of Canada. I'm mostly in the car and in the plane realistically between the Canada and the United States, the Florida division that we have there, and then the
Yes.
Canadian division as well. And then Canada right now there's a bit of snow. So Kenton, you are very lucky where you are right
Well, I got sunshine.
now.
You want some Frederick? You want some sunshine? I got plenty that
I
I
would
got
take some
plenty.
right now, yeah. You see my skin. I need a bit. I need a bit of
Oh
sun on me
Lord.
right now.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I always tease him about that, folks. He got snow, but I got sun, right? So I got sun, and I'm just soaking it in. So tonight with me is Frederic Lachance. Lachance. I will check this right tonight. Frederic. This is Frederic. Now, Frederic, he has been with Move since its initial start, and they have grown to become a strong player in the Canadian market. Recently, they launched a joint venture with Furlan, the global leader in pool heat manufacturing. Wow, wow. In the US. With the experience from the founders and the young and eager team of Move, these guys, trust me, folks, they are definitely ready to take over the pool industry. And these guys, they bring innovation, innovation, innovation. Frederick, you know, I mean, all how I look at your product, I look at it, I turn it around. I am just seeing style, innovation. I'm seeing something different and refreshing you guys bring to the market. And tonight, we talk about several of your products because, I mean, folks, if you see the products, you will know what I'm talking about. It is for real. It is the real deal. And so, Frederick, tell us about Move. Tell us about
Hmm.
Move.
So Kenton, you said it right. It's a new company in the pool industry, but it's been founded by people who have been in the industry for a long time, and it's really where the experience comes from the founders to the younger generation. So I've been in the pool scene for maybe I want to say around 8 seasons now. So I'm still on the new up and coming, but I started in service when I was younger,
Okay.
and I did work for one of the big three companies that was in the company in the North American market for the pool equipment industry there as well. And
Yeah.
really, what we decided is that we said that okay, there's three companies that control 90% of the market share on the equipment in North America, being Pentair, Hayward, and Fluidra, as everyone is aware. And what we wanted to do basically was to offer something different. So we have a philosophy on the products that we do in terms of design, in terms of the capacity of the products, what they're meant to do, and where do we believe the market is heading. So we are one of the only companies to say, well, we don't want to have the big automation panels. We want to have every single product that is smart, and we want to have smart, reliable, and silent products. And you need to have products now that are smart, come directly with Wi-Fi connectivity from the get-go, as any other appliances in any other industry right now has Wi-Fi. You buy an oven now, it has Wi-Fi. So this is really where Move is heading, and we the goal that we want to do here is we really want to be different and present different products. And it's really what started Move 3 years ago in Canada. We started with heat pumps, typical heat pumps, and most of the equipments in the industry. There's a lot of equipments that haven't changed in the last 20 years,
My
and we
goodness.
think that the iPhone was created around 20 years ago, and even the iPhone from the first version to today, there's a lot of progress that was made. So
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of technology that's available out there, and you have a lot of competitive markets elsewhere in Europe, in Australia, and in the Middle East, and Latin America that have very nice products, but they've never really been able to introduce themselves in North America because of that oligopoly. So what we wanted to do is we came out with specific products and a vision, and we started with the heat pumps being the variable speed heat pumps. So the variable speed heat pumps are new heat pumps that basically automatically manages and modulates the speed of the heat pump and the compressor to ensure that it has the lowest cost of working and of efficiency on the product, so the lowest cost of running electrically,
Right.
that is going to be the most silent and has
Right.
smaller breaker sizes. Then we came also out with variable speed pumps that have an artificial intelligence feature in there that allows it to modulate the flow automatically based on the flow rate, the PSI, the pressure in the water line that's going to be estimating that, and as well as salt systems. Those are the three main categories that we have at Moov right now that have been launched across North America, and we do have some nice products that are coming out in the next few years as well.
All right, man. You know what? Let's look at the pump first, and then we come back. Hold on,
Sure.
folks. So we are back. So Frederick, we just saw something, maybe from Star Trek. Yeah. Tell us
For
about that
people
pump.
in the pool, for people in the industry, they often say, "Why do you put an iPad on the pump? It makes no sense. You don't need that." And I would agree with them at some point, but you need to have a good looking product. It helps a lot, but realistically, the iPad is not there to be flashy. It's to be easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's big numbers. It's a big display, and I often compare. An iPad at 2 years old, if you give this to a kid that's 2 years old, you give him an iPad or an iPhone, he knows how to play Angry Birds and all the games on the phone.
Absolutely.
But you give a pool pump to someone who's 40 years old and 50 years old, most of the time they don't know how to run the product and how that works. So we want to make sure that they have very big numbers, very big displays, easy data that's going to show exactly how much amps it's going to wattage it's going to be pulling, as well as the percentage of production and all
Right.
those other features, error codes, all more details on the screen. So the screen is to improve the user experience and ensure that they enjoy having that product in the backyard and it's easy to understand. There's also something that I like to say at Move that bases a lot of the philosophy we have for the products, and I'm about to say a bad word here, but I think that a lot of the big companies, they have the mentality that we call the RTFM. RTFM stands for read the fucking manual. And we can't have that mentality anymore. You can't have the RTFM mentality. We try to push a product that you open, and as soon as you open the box, you will automatically understand the product. You do not need to read the manual. We want something that's very instinctive. So that's
Intuitive.
why we have the design on the product. Intuitive, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because and tell us some more in terms of the pump. Control. How do you control this pump? Because it looks very.
So
Mhm.
the pump is completely controlled on the iPad directly. So it's a touch screen. You
Yeah.
go on it, you can unlock the pump, you can turn it on, you can turn it off. You can increase the speed, you can lower the speed. We
Yeah.
have two modes on the pump. We have the regular mode that's variable speed, and then we have the pro mode. And the pro mode is basically going to be the artificial intelligence mode.
Okay.
So that mode is going to automatically calculate and estimate what is the flow right now in the pool in the water line,
Yeah.
if by the water pressure. So it does a few tests and it's going to test it in the water line and it's going to do estimate. It's going to automatically adjust. So if there's any waterfall, any water features, and the filter gets clogged by any chance, well, the pump is automatically going to increase its speed to ensure that the waterfall and all the water features seem nice.
Right.
So these are all the features that you get out of the product that are very intuitive. That is where the products need to self-adapt automatically. And it is an extremely silent pump. We can't hear it on a video. That it
I
wouldn't do justice to the product. But
I know. I
Kenton's
heard
had
it.
this chance to see it in operations. It's extremely, extremely silent.
Very and cool as well. Very very cool
And
as
and
well.
and very, very cool as well with the TFC motor. That's a totally enclosed fan cooled motor, which is really the newest technology that's available in pumps, as well as the PMSM. PMSM stands for Permanent Magnet Synchronized Motor. So that means that you're controlling everything in the motor not by resistance, but with a vector and really a magnet that is going around the motor that allows it not to be as warm, as well as obviously being much more precise with the vectors. So it's a very high tech product that we have and allows the consumer to have a very silent product in his backyard.
And from a pump, I mean, from a sales standpoint now, it's full of tech and the price is excellent.
So obviously being a new company and maybe since we're not publicly traded, we try to be very aggressive on the price point. So
Yeah,
yes,
it's good.
we want to force the clients to we want to break the mold that people have a single speed pump
Yeah.
and are always buying the single speed pump because it's cheaper than variable speed.
I
There
don't
is
know.
a gap between variable speed and single speed that really was too high, and by doing this with the product, it allows us, I think, to reach a larger market. That's the goal.
Oh yeah, you guys have definitely shrunk the gap comparing the variable speed with single speed. Right now, I think
Yeah.
it just makes sense to actually just simply go variable speed, or
Hmm.
because this pump allows the homeowner to know what
Hmm.
there isn't much of a difference here. Let's just go for it. I mean, the savings alone is crazy. So why not? Of course, you guys also have heat pumps, and you
Hmm.
have heat pumps, and let's look at the video, and we come back
Hmm.
again. All right.
Okay.
So Frederick, I mean, we have one of your heat pumps at the store, and it's the M100, I believe it was, M1100. Tell us about that heat pump.
So the M1100 is actually the first variable speed heat pump of 110,000 BTU
All
that
right.
came out worldwide ever. We did partner with Fairland
Okay,
on that
pause, pause,
product, and
pause,
Fair,
pause, 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 pause,
yeah.
pause. Say we have one of the first of the products right there in our store, right? What are you saying today?
Well, you have the first product that came out, not the first one out of the factory. There's
I
been
know,
a
I know,
couple
I know.
thousand units that they
But
manufactured.
but that
Yes, it's the
technology.
first. Yeah.
All right, folks, you heard it tonight. We have the latest technology right here at Royalty Pools, guys.
Hmm.
So, Frederick, we say that we are the most technological company in solution, pool company that is.
Well,
So you just proved
Kenton,
it right there.
I'm sure Kenton, I'm sure you're the most technological person in the Caribbean in the pool industry. That's far. So I would say Saint Lucia for sure, and probably more as well. Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead, go
But
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
yes, but the pool heat pumps basically. It was really started initially. It started in Europe, and if we even take a step back, a pool heat pump is an air conditioning unit that we've changed some components and transformed that to heat the water of their pool. So it's very, very popular in Europe. It started to be very popular maybe 10 years ago with the inverter technology. And then the last 5 years, it's become the market trend. There's around 250,000 pool heat pumps that are manufactured every year. It depends on if there's a pandemic going on or if it's a recession going on. It depends on a lot of factors. But realistically, when you have 250,000 single heat pumps manufactured for pools every year, you look at the market size and you realize that the Caribbean and United States is maybe around 60 to 70,000 heat pumps every year, depending on the years. And then you maybe have 30,000, 25 to 30,000 across Canada. So it's 100,000 across North America. And up until 3 years ago, 0% was variable speed,
Yeah.
and was 0% was on inverter. Inverter heat pumps were only available in 50,000 BTUs and 65,000 BTUs. It was
That's
actually the kilowatts that you had, 15,000 kilowatts and 18,000 kilowatts that you
that's
had
that's
from the
correct.
European side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and and then Move, when we initially started, we said, okay, well, we need to adapt this technology and build, and we had to go work with of course Fairland, who's the partner in the joint venture, as well as with Mitsubishi, which is the compressor brand that we use, and
Nice.
other obviously important stakeholders globally that do those components. And we adapted that, and we came out with this product, and it became a very, very reliable product. It's the first product with the smallest breaker sizes. So typically, a heat pump, you have breaker sizes on that 110,000 BTU. That is a 60 amp breaker.
Yeah.
We are on a 40 amp breaker, so
Nice.
smaller gauge wire and smaller breaker, which costs much less for the installation, and much more room in the electrical panel. It is by far the most silent heat pump available, and you also have the savings. So a variable speed heat pump, how does that work?
Yeah.
Typical heat pumps, they either heat or they don't. They don't have anything in between. It's on at maximum or it's off and it does not run. Our variable speed heat pumps are basically going to be modulating from 20% up to 100%. And they do everything in between. It's a full inverter technology. So we modulate 20, 21, 22 up to 100%. The heat pump is automatically going to decide which speed it runs at. If it's cold outside, it's going to start and run higher. If it's warm outside and you need a single degree in the pool, it might run at a lower temperature because it knows it's going to go and reach that temperature easily. So the goal of the heat pump is to always keep the pool at the right temperature. So if that's 85 in your case, you want to keep the pool at 85, it's always at 85.
Right.
And it's going to run at the lowest possible cost electrically. So that's really how the heat pump would work.
Nice. 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 So and of course, by the way, I know you guys have an app for the pump. That app can work also on the heat pump as well, or you do the
Exactly. So every single product that we have, basically, we come out with technology that's included in the product. It's a remote control that you allows you to control the product from your phone. But if you look at the full equipment pads, from the lights to the salt systems to the pumps to the heat pumps, everything is managed directly on your phone. On your phone, you can control everything. That is the automation panel. You do not need to have an automation panel that controls and connects to every single product. Every single product connects directly to Wi-Fi and is cloud controlled. It is, I believe, it's where the market needs to go into in terms of automation.
I
I
think
think
so.
it's the much more sensible approach as well, and the
Hmm.
cheapest option for the consumers. Because when you buy an automation panel from any of the companies that do so, typically it's restricted. You have to buy everything that goes from that same brand. So if you're buying the brand for X automation panel, you need to have the X pump, the X Wi-Fi, and all those equipments. And it doesn't really allow to mix and match between all the competitors. So what we wanted to really have is have something that connects with everyone and obviously works independently as well. And that's what we have right now. So the pumps, the heat pumps, salt systems, lights, everything controls automatically on your phone, and you can control anywhere, anything from anywhere in the world.
There you go. I mean, Move is on the move, guys. They are bringing you intuitive, real world, real use technology and equipment. And we have one more thing to talk about. And
Yeah.
before we go, and this is your salt system. So here we go. Stay tuned, guys.